Okay, ready?
Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. I'm Caitlin and this is Tony, and today we're going to be unboxing some Marvel.
Yeah, so we're finally getting some goodies in lockdown.
Yeah.
So I've got two boxes, both from Element Games. We have ordered a few bits from elsewhere, so just a shout out to Just Play Games. Those guys have been really good, and also Curtain Games. That's Kirton.
They have been very good during lockdown.
They've been looking after us as well. I'll let you.
We have Gamora and Nebula.
So yeah, quite excited to get into them. Fortunately, we still got stock issues for Star-Lord. Groot, that's Groot and Rocket, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
don't know.
We've got Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight as well. And we have our first alternate miniature in the updated Black Widow, along with Hawkeye. So, Black Widow is the first character that, of course, has been two different models, two different rules. So that's quite interesting. What else have I got in here? I've got
paintbrushes.
Element Games Regiment brushes. These are my workhorse brushes. They do me well. And then a little bit of Star Wars Legion stuff as well. I've started picking up a little bit of that, building up a nice rebel force. But that's just a daddy hobby. So, but for what you're interested in, we've got 3 boxes here that we'll unbuild, unbox and build, and we'll get that over to you.
Which means
3 videos, yeah.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. And we'll also make sure we get some games filmed and up on the channel soon as well. So keep watching, guys. It's great to be back. Yeah. Now we've got some new shinies to play with. We'll see you soon.
Okay, so we're going to unbox them in this video, and then we're going to actually have to build them in a separate video. Obviously, it's the first day, the day that we're filming this, and we are clapping for the NHS.
Very good. So should we do Corvus?
Yeah.
Get this box opened. I have found a really good use for the pieces of cardboard now. They make really good things to pop your models on while you're spraying them.
And they also make good easels if you're an artist.
Yeah, palettes.
Yeah. Or an easel for that matter.
Not down there.
Okay.
Shall we go?
Yeah. So, taking out the piece of cardboard first and foremost. So, here we have the instructions for the build, as you will see later. It is double-sided, so we will have to build this one at a time.
Okay.
So, I'm just going to put these here. So, next up we are going to do the sprues.
Oh, start getting the cards.
So, on these sprues, there's obviously more bases than we will need. There's like 6 bases in this one. Don't know why, but there's only like 2 people. And as we've said in previous videos, these pieces don't get rid of unless you want to, as they are pieces of terrain for the build themselves. So one of these is probably slightly easier to build if I can even get it out, which is probably this one, as the pieces are slightly bigger and they are more manageable. In the next sprue, the pieces are rather small and quite hard to get out from the main sprue.
She looks quite fiddly, doesn't she?
Yep, so I'm going to do the first one that we unboxed.
So I guess we'll talk through here. So we have got a new Allegiance card.
Yep.
Which is the Black Order. So we've got Thanos, who's obviously not out yet, but here's Corvus and the Proxima Midnight, rounded out by Ebony Maw and Black Dwarf. So that'll be a real real high level
Yep.
set there.
And then we have the cards
So
for both of them.
We've got Corvus Glaive, Proxima, Midnight.
Yeah.
They're pretty much the same on both sides. So she's a cost 3, he's a cost 4. Pretty good standard attacks. Looking quickly at those.
So, yeah.
And one thing on Corvus Glaive is a gem bearer for the reality or time gems, and he comes with the time gem, which makes him a 6-point character, which is quite pricey. But he does get an additional action, this activation.
Yep.
Which is pretty good.
So, as you also may see, we have the tokens, which will come in every marble box, and these are just pop-out cardboard tokens.
And we'll get them sharpied up around the edges.
Yes, and if you didn't know, we put Sharpie around the edges of the tokens, as it makes them a bit more colourful and not just a grey cardboard.
So we've got a couple of Black Order Corvus Glaive type cards there, and then one sort of generic. Oh no, Black Order as well. So they're all unique to this set. So nothing that we can sort of cross pollinate in there. But yeah, quite a busy box, this one. So that's these guys. So we'll pause it there, and then we'll
get
the next box set up.
So now we're going to be doing Gamora and Nebula. As you can kind of tell, partly I might have already opened the box so I can get into it. Taking out the cardboard.
Great for spraying.
Yeah. So we have the different cards for them. The instructions for building Gamora and Nebula. Yet again, double-sided. And then we have this side. I might just want to build the Gamora as there are way more pieces in the other one. And also we have the sprues. So why there is 4 bases, who knows, but they are both really small characters in my opinion.
Oh wow, they are very tiny fiddlers,
so
aren't they?
We will have to clip these out before the video to save us time. Also, it will make it easier for us instead of having to film and clip.
Okay, then we move on. So we've got our tokens. Some pretty cool Guardians tokens for whatever tokens. We've got 2 sort of extra cards. So we've got a med pack. Remove 3 damage for 2. That's quite good.
That's a good thing you could have.
And then we've got a Gamora Nebula specific card, Daughters of Thanos. That helps them work together. So with Gamora and Nebula, we've got a 4 cost and a 2 cost. Pretty good basic attacks, as you would expect. Now, one interesting thing about Nebula, she's got this rule called Assassin. And what that means is she cannot contest, interact with, or hold objective tokens at all. But, let me just read this so I'm getting it right, can reroll any number of attack dice when attacking a character that's holding or contesting an objective. So really good 2-point support piece. She's got a long move as well. As has Gamora. So really, for 6 points, those two are real good.
Amazing people to be in the game. So yeah.
So looking good little set. Missing the rest of the Guardians at the moment, just through supply issues.
So next we're probably we are going to do Hawkeye and Black Widow for the last one in this video.
So yeah, we'll pop those to one side, and we'll be back with the next one.
So now we're gonna do Hawkeye and Black Widow.
Yeah.
they are a lot harder to open. So in the last clip that you all saw, I might have started to open it. So as you can see, we have cards and pieces like this. In this one, we obviously have instructions, hopefully not double-sided again. Okay, so the instructions are not double-sided. Yes!
So I guess to just explain why that we find that really frustrating, what we like to do is clip all the pieces out and clean them up, put them on the instructions in the right places, and then work our way through.
Yeah.
But when there's a little bit on one side and then one on the other, you can't really do that. You have to sort of do a bit and then go back in. But it's just preference for us.
Yeah.
Another thing just to point out, though, they've actually started putting the piece numbers on the instructions, so you don't need to keep going onto the website to find those annotated versions. So that's quite neat.
So now we have the 4 bases. One of them has fallen off in the package, which we have here. We, by the looks of things, have Hawkeye.
Yeah, there's the bow.
And then we have my favourite character of all time, Black Widow.
Yeah, quite interesting. They've got the Hydra symbols on the bases, so they're obviously
and also they all have some sort of thing to go on the bases now, really.
Yeah. So we've got our tokens. I'm not sure I've seen this poison one before, so
It was on the other one.
So that's quite interesting. So let's have a look. So they're both 3 cost. Black Widow has got a little bit slower. She's only a medium speed now. Attack's a little bit better, I think, looking at that.
Obviously, they've had to lower something down to make something else higher. So, obviously, they've taken the speed down because speed is not as good as the damage should really be. You could have the smallest speed and the best, you can have the best attack and the smallest speed. And no matter what speed you've got, you could still have a better chance of winning because your enemy could first off be in range of you, and second off, they could come closer to you, so they are better and closer to being in range.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So she's got, again, another interesting new rule, so interrogate. So at the start of the cleanup phase, if this character's within 2 of 1 or more dazed enemy characters, it can use this superpower. Its controlling player increases the amount of VPs they score from crisis cards during this cleanup phase by 1. So as far as I'm aware, that's only the 2nd time that we've been able to sort of score bonuses or out of sequence. So that's kind of cool. And she's still got stealth there, so a little bit of defense built in. Now Hawkeye, he's pretty versatile. He's got trick shots, so he ignores line of sight.
Yeah.
He's got a few rules around shooting and whatnot. But yeah, not so bad for a 3.
We have the different cards, which are actually, some of them are to do with them.
Yeah, so they've got a card, professionals, helping them work together. And then a little Brucey bonus attack card as well. So that's Black Widow and Hawkeye. So we've got quite a bit to work through and get built. So we'll pause there. We'll pick a couple of guys and start working through. So catch you soon.